Hello, everyone. My guest today is Matt Ford. He's an entrepreneur and a creator, passionate about living life to the fullest by balancing physical, emotional, and spiritual health. When he's not working on his company, he's outdoors doing things like mountain biking or hiking with friends or his son. When he's not outdoors, he's doing yoga, making music, going to concerts, hanging with friends, reading, or drinking craft beer. He loves the pumpkin stout, by the way, in case you want to bribe him. He's a self-taught coder and entrepreneur. Matt, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the company? What does Prism do? And how do you make money? Is it a SaaS company or what?
Yeah, so I think the easiest way for your audience to understand it is we're like the Salesforce or Hubspot specifically for the music industry. Like Salesforce and Hubspot does 40% of the things for 100% of the people out there. And Prism is specifically for folks who put on concerts for a living. And there's a really great industry of people who do that. And it's, business process management software, classic software as a service kind of automation tools to help with the whole process.
Very cool. And so what is it sounds like your customer is the concert kind of promoter or the person organizing it. What do they pay you? And is it per month or is it per year or per event or what?
Actually monthly subscription, just recurring. Or we try to get 12 months in advance or 2 years in advance, but oftentimes it happens to be monthly. And the company Prism launched less than a year and a half ago. So the pricing has been a moving target. We started off just foot in the door pricing. We wanted to get our initial customers in there. So, 100 to 200 a month, because the early feedback was super critical to build out the right tool. And eventually we've been able to increase that to $300, $500, $1,000 a month. And it just it depends on the size of the organization.
Matt, what's the average customer at right now, would you say, per month?
The average customer is at 377. I know that because I just looked it up.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And when did you launch? What year?
So Prism launched in August of last year, but it was a predecessor to a technology called Solstice, which we sold.
Okay. And when did you sell that company?
When did we sell it? Around the time that Prism launched, give or take, maybe 5 months before that.
Okay.
And we started that company 5 years ago, pretty much the date. In November, it was founded 5 years ago.
And was it public what you sold that for?
Mm-mm.
Can you give me a general range? Was this like retire for life money? Was it go buy jet money? What kind of money was it?
It was a little bit of cash, not seven figures.
Okay.
But there was actually about $500,000 worth of stock that was freed up in the deal as well. We sold it to a partner. So a little bit of cash and a whole bunch of stock.
I see. Okay, very good. All right, so you're all in on this now. How many customers have you scaled to?
We are working with over 200 music venues and promoters and different customers.
Can I do that math? 200 times 377. That means you're doing what, 75 grand a month right now, something like that?
Not quite that, but so a lot of those accounts are bundled up into one account.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're south of 50.
Okay. South of 50 paying customers.
50 MRR.
Oh, got it. Okay. So 200, got it. South of 50, currently, but can I take I can take the 50,000 or south of 50,000, right? And divide that by the 377 average you told me, right? That puts out about 133 unique customers.
Yes. Yeah. Right around there.
And why is that? What's the difference between 200 and 133?
So one account has 4 venues underneath it.
Okay. So 200 is the venue number, 133 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Very cool.
Yep.
Have you bootstrapped or raised?
We've raised.
Oh, dude, come on. I was jamming with you. I like this so much. And then you tell me you raise. Well, how much did you raise?
I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm just messing with you. How much did you raise?
To date, we've raised, let me think, 1.3 before this round. We got another round, 2.7 to date.
Okay. And it sounds like you just raised one?
Yes.
Or you're about to close one?
Yeah. We're at one. Yeah, we're about to close a round. We're at $1.4 million raise on a round right now.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is that equity or convertible note?
I'm sorry, equity.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just curious. A lot of people are using venture debt or convertible notes or all kinds of things. So you're just selling straight equity.
Yep.
Okay, that's wonderful. And walk me through growth rate. So if you're doing, call it 50 grand a month today, what were you doing a year ago?
Basically
launch month.
Yeah. Okay. So so the growth has been rapid. So in 2017, we had 4 customers total that were like credit card paid and billed. So the rest of that has come from 2018. And up until March of this last year, we hadn't succeeded in getting over 100 to 200 a month. We just started getting over that in March of this last year.
Okay, so you're basically not doing revenue about a year ago. You've scaled from nothing to 50,000 in about a year.
Yeah.
That's great.
So the surprising thing in the last 5 months is how much we've been able to increase the price, and folks have been receptive to the price increase, and a lot of that is around transparency, just explaining to our customers, that we have a team of dedicated people that are doing this, and in order to continue to succeed, we need to increase the price, and it's going.
Yep.
So we can continue to pump out features. I think the exciting thing about Prism is the customers of it.
Sorry, yeah, you cut out there. Do you have any churn to date? You lost any customers?
We don't have churn to date, so we're waiting for someone to go out of business or something. But yeah.
All right, too early. And then how'd you capture these first, call it 130 logos?
How did we first capture them?
Like, how'd you land them? How'd you get the customers?
Yeah, so I've been in the music industry for about 7 years, so I've built up a network. One of my co-founders is a huge concert promoter out of Central Texas. He runs a number of venues in town. So just by being in the business, both of us know lots of people. And yeah, so the first sales were just, girls kind of going out there and getting as many people as possible, or having as many conversations as possible. And then, we locked our first client, our third client, our fifth client. It's just, there was no silver bullet. It was just pure guerrilla warfare. What
are you paying today to acquire customers, like fully weighted?
What are we paying today?
Yeah.
So we have 2 sales reps now. We're not spending anything on marketing. It's purely just their time.
Yep.
I take that back. We weren't spending anything on marketing. Now we're spending about $5,000 a month on conferences, showing up at music industry conferences, and we're not doing any SEO or SEM. It's just the cost of sales reps right now.
Yeah. What's the total team size today?
9 people. We just added another engineer.
That's great. Is everyone in Austin?
Yes. Oh, I take that back. No, we have 1 engineer that is not in Austin. Everyone else is in Austin.
Okay, Austin, and we'll just say Austin and remote locations. Very good. And then when you spend $5,000 at a conference, is it pretty kind of reliable? You're going to get at least 1 new paying customer from that, or do you know what the?
Yeah, extremely, much more than that.
How many?
The return is usually 3-4x. It works really well in this industry.
So what will you land, 10 new customers at a conference?
That's 5 to 10. Yeah, depending on the conference, and there's better ones and small, and there's good ones. There's more specific ones for our industry, and those work really well.
Yeah.
The other thing conferences are good for is channel partnerships. So we work with a number of other people that there's strategic alignment in the industry. So I can talk with their director of sales out there and their VP of sales and other founders and whatnot.
No, that's great. Yeah. So look, spend $5,000, get 10 customers. That's like a $500 CAC there. And if they're paying you $300, $400 per month, you get paid back pretty quick, 2 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last conference we went to, we paid, it was like a $5,000 kind of investment. And one of the first customers was a $600 a month client. So right there, it's paid off in the first year of revenue.
Have you guys, Matt, looked at using venture debt to grow without taking more dilution?
We have looked at venture debt, not as seriously because we're finally just starting to acquire real revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
But something you maybe consider at the right scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Very good. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Okay. Elon Musk's biography.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now? Can be in the music industry.
Yeah, interesting. A CEO that I'm following. Oh, I guess sorry to just bandwagon Elon Musk.
That's okay. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your company?
Favorite online tool? I like HubSpot a lot.
That's a good one.
I don't know my favorite, but I just threw it out there.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I get good sleep, like maybe 6 to 7 hours.
Okay, it's healthy. And what's your situation? Well, actually, I know you're married with one kiddo, right?
Yeah, not married. One kid.
Not married, one kiddo. How old's the kid?
He is 4.
So he's not doing yoga with you yet.
No, not yet. No, he does some stuff. Yeah, he kind of does his own thing, and I'm not trying to force him into a box.
That's good. And Matt, how old are you?
29.
29. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. It's easy. It's easy to want courage. It's much harder to go through the experiences that manufacture courage and internal strength, and be willing to do that.
Guys, it's easy to want courage, much harder to actually build it the hard way, but you've got to do it. Coming from Matt, founded Prism back 2017. Basically, it's HubSpot and kind of Salesforce specifically for the concert business. Super niche product, 133 customers, $377 per month on average is what they pay. So call it 50 grand per month in revenue. That's up from basically nothing a year ago when they launched. They've raised $2.7 million to grow it. Too early to talk about churn. When they do spend money at a conference, they'll spend $5 grand to maybe get 10 new customers. So $500 CAC. Paid back pretty quick, growing their team of 9 in Austin and other remote locations. Matt, thanks for taking us to the top.
Yeah, you bet.